where the Carlos Sachi and co.
Yes,
So the young guys were not really having a platform. So when I started with a more youthful kind of audience.
So were you the only presenter? You had panels as well?
No, I had panel members.
That's right.
Yeah, that has been my forte ever since I started broadcasting. To always set panel, people who understand what we are doing, bring their topics and we talk about it.
That's right.
That has been, I have not been that presenter in the studio only. No. That has been my forte, always getting panel members and talking with them. So yes, the 3 hours also started. Really, it was catching up with the people. I got into another meeting, they told me that, guy, our morning show, though, is doing bits of show business. At that time, okay, so this is what Plus FM was doing. They would do their magazine kind of program, but their last hour, I think 9 to 10, they would bring me and we have a discussion. So that was how we were doing it. So yes, on entertainment. So when they realized, that time there was a host for it. So I just come in as a guest. But when they realized and they saw what I was doing on the Sunday, and they also realized my little input or impact on the morning, they realized that if you go all out, it will help. So they called me into a meeting and said, guy, we're going to give you the morning slot. In fact,
I hope all the meetings were coming with some numeration as well. Increment.
At that time, nothing, as a matter of fact.
See?
Oh, yes, because at that time, I had come for airtime.
Yeah, that's right.
I was not employed, as a matter of fact. I had come to beg. Give me airtime and let me be heard. So all them meetings at that time was not coming with anything. But then when the morning came, when they came and they said, now we can bring it to the morning, then they started talking. But even with that, I think it was done for almost a year or so.
So you had to put in a lot of sacrifice.
Oh yeah.
A lot of sacrifice.
Sacrifice.
Not everybody you hear on the radio.
Rosie, Black Santino. The sacrifice that we did. But you see, I think Ghana media, whether we like it or not, has been structured like that. Until you build a brand or until you build a name. If you are not careful, you'll not make much.
Yeah, that's right.
That is why from the initial stages, you do a lot of sacrifice to build a brand.
Build a brand.
So if you're able to build a brand, then you capitalize on the brand.
Exactly. I mean, I know I'll be coming on your show. I'll also be telling you some of the things I've gone through. Like,
I know, right? Yeah, man.
It's interesting because, like you're saying, you must be determined. You know what I'm saying? And you must be resilient because if you know this is what you want to do and this is what you're doing, it comes with a lot of sacrifices. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes there's radio stations, they want to make money.
Exactly.
It's not about your program or how special you are. You know, so if you don't put in the effort to create the space for yourself so that you can be able to work, it's not easy.
I know.
It's not easy. Man has gone through a lot, and I'm happy you're speaking the way you're speaking. So you went through the sacrificial times just to create
for years.
The name.
For years.
That is sounding so
and at that time too, let me be very honest. At that time, I knew I was working on my newspaper. So I saw everything else as an add-on.
That's right.
I saw everything else as an add-on because I know, okay, this radio, just Sunday, come and do it just for 3 hours. It is rather building up on me because
that's right.
Now I'm extending my brand onto the broadcast platform.
That's right.
And that was how it started. So yes, when they brought me into the morning, then, but the first time they told me, it came with some fears. There were shivers running down my spine, like, me. Radio, I'm not a radio boy, or me. I'm a newspaper editor, and that is what I've been doing all these years. So now to bring this on, coming to the morning to meet the Kwame Sifakai, to meet that time that Cabre was on Adom FM, coming online in the morning to meet that Cabre.
Seriously?
No, it came with some fears a little bit, but I said, okay, let's give it a shot. And with my team of producers, with my pundits, we started it, and oh my God, Black Santino, Accra became hot. within the years that I was on air on AM Plus on Plus FM, as in the only morning show that was doing show business in Ghana.
Showbiz, yeah,
In fact,
that
was what started showbiz morning in Ghana. Nobody was doing it. Nobody was doing it. It was the only morning show that was doing show business. Everybody was doing politics. And it came at a time that so many people were over-satisfied with politics. So they didn't want to hear anything again. It was really boring for them.
Exactly.
So they were looking for something new.
Everyone was listening to Plus FM in the morning.
I know.
And so that is where you became friends with all of these artists who come to you. It's not like they just knew you. It's not no. You've created this friendship from
exactly. In fact, that was
when nobody was actually giving them the platform. You have set up the platform for them. So
my doors were always open.
For a long time.
I tell you, my doors were always open for every artist. I did not know segregation. I did not know this one is closer, this one is not closer. Just give me a call. Oh, brother Sammy, I've released the song and I want to come and do this. I have this project, I want to come and do this. Almost every artist who called me, I never turned them down.
That's right.
I never turned them down. So that is what built, because though whilst I was doing the newspaper, we were having some interviews with these guys, but getting on radio exposed me to them more. Because at that time, radio was the age, everybody needed a platform to promote his or her works. They were coming, like time and again, somebody was just coming through. And I really had a good time. And yes, I think I was on Plus FM for, I'm not too good with years and dates like that, but I think I was there for about 4 or 5 years. If not less, It shouldn't be more than 5 years, that one I know, but maybe 4 or 5 years, something like that.
So you closed with, you left Plus FM?
I left Plus FM.
You set up your team. What year?
I left Plus FM. At the time, the station was also having some managerial issues. Yes, Plus FM was having some managerial issues. So I think the owner decided to put some things on hold because there were so many issues in there. That is not me to say, so
of course
I'll let that pass. Plus FM was having some managerial issues.
So you left.
Fifi, I was there with Fifi Stella.
I mean that time you guys. I don't know what happened, but you guys were really.
Yes. No, it was big.
Yeah.
It was really big.
Everybody wants to be, especially if you're in a reggae dancehall fraternity. Fifi was mashing it.
Fifi, reggae embassy.
Yeah.
Shout out to Fifi Stella. Fifi Stella was really tight in the reggae and dancehall fraternity. Yeah, so there were some managerial issues there. So the station manager or the station owner decided to pause for some things. To look at other things as well. So while I was there, then I now switched attention fully to my newspaper again, because then remember I did not stop my newspaper. I was still doing it alongside. So I'll go and do radio, come back and do my newspaper.
Right.
That was how it was, and it wasn't easy. So Tuesdays I'll roam about town. Sometimes go to printing press, close up. And come back, do distribution at dawn, come back and sleep like 2 a.m. Like 7 a.m. I'm on radio. And this I did for a good number of years. Yes. Yeah. I was editing my newspaper because Mondays, right after show, I go to my office, writing. Tuesday, right after show, I go and do editing and the placement, and right after I move on to the printing press, start printing, at night you do distribution. Sometimes we even drive around Accra, giving our newspapers to radio stations, like they do. Yeah. So on that night, you see me driving almost at some popular radio and TV stations, dropping my newspapers there. So I'll be mentioned on their morning shows.
That's right.
And the next day, I'll still be on radio.
So you see, you sound there. I mean, nothing comes easy, you know.
Nothing comes easy.
The man told you, man, go chat patois today. Nothing comes easy, you know. I mean, every successful person has a story that if you start listening to, you will be like, jaw open and
Yeah.
standing there listening to
Yeah.
some story. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
it is.
whatever you're doing, I mean, just be determined, be focused, make sure you want to get there, and definitely you're going to get there. It's never been easy.
True.
It's
Never.
not be easy.
Never.
So don't crack your mind and say, well, as for me, things not well. Just keep moving, keep going.
Exactly.
It will work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm
really impressed with this story, man.
Yeah,
I don't know if you've ever told, had an interview and spoken like this.
I've not gone deep like this. So I've not gone deep like this before. I've been mentioning the surfaces. Sometimes I'm not a fan of people interviewing me.
That's right.
You don't interview the interviewer. Yeah,
so I'm grateful.
Yeah. So I don't really. Maybe sometimes when I'm on radio, when I'm on TV, I push in one or two, but to go deep like this, I think this is the first time I'm really
grateful. And this is gonna be there. I mean, a lot of people.
I know. They are going to see the story, and someone will be inspired.
I mean, it's gonna go on my YouTube page as well.
Tell the world for me.
Somebody is gonna be inspired. That is the story.
Tell the world for me.
Somebody is gonna be inspired.
No.
Say, wow, this is what this man went through.
You see, today when I see some young people online writing BS, and I tell them that you guys don't know anything. We've tasted the era when internet was not active.
At all.
And at this time that internet is active, we are still here. So what can you show me?
So now let's get
I've been analog, I've been digital.
Very
So what can you show me? No, you can't show me nothing.
Yeah. So when you left,
Plus
FM, you went back to the newspaper.
Yes. So when I left Plus FM, then I went back to my newspaper once again. I started paying attention to my newspaper full time because it was my thing, like I told you earlier. Though I was doing the radio thing, but I was still, and I was happy I took that decision. Because if I had left the newspaper, then it means I was just going to be idle or maybe going to start something afresh. Yeah. So I went back to my newspaper, and while I was on the newspaper, then I was off radio then. Before the xylophone deal also came through, I got invitation that there was a new entertainment company in town and they would want me to play some role. And then it was Kumi Guitar who actually took me in. Because the good thing is that, you see, that's why in this world sometimes we don't have to stop doing good.
That's right.
So whilst I was on radio, I had a good relationship with Kumi Guitar.
See.
I was doing almost everything for him as like someone who was his manager of a sort.
That's right.
He was in my house sometimes, like we were vibing. So when he got a deal with the man, as in xylophone boss Nana, then he said, oh, if there's someone who can really work with him and who can do his stuff, then he would recommend me. Then he recommended me to Nana Mesa. So more or less to come in as his manager, as his assistant of a sort, as his promoter, all those adjectives there of a sort. So whilst in there, they also saw my competence. Just doing Kumi Guitar's job to them was not enough because they knew one had the experience.
That's right.
I was exposed. I knew so many people in the industry. I had the plot in there. So they realized, no, I was being underutilized. So they want me to do more. And they brought on other roles. I became the PR, as the spokesperson, the communications person for xylophone then.
That's right.
Yes, I
that is where also the name also went.
Oh yeah. Xylophone also added to my brand, as a matter of fact. In fact, despite the negatives that came with it, the latter part, xylophone also added to my brand because at that time xylophone was also the run to entertainment company in Ghana. Yeah. And if you were their spokesperson or their communications person, it means everybody will be coming to you. And it also added to my brand. Thanks to Napia Mesa. He also gave us enough opportunity to run around town with the company. And we did our best, as a matter of fact. I know it might not have ended very well as we talk, but we did our best.
Because you came in with some innovations.
Even before the radio, we did the company as an entertainment record label.
That's right.
Thing for some
time. That was scary, man.
Yes, it was that bad.
So you're part of the team that brought signing Shatter and signing Stoneboy?
Everybody. In fact, I was there before any other person came.
Wow.
The only person who took me in there was Kumi Guitar. So apart from Kumi Guitar, who was actually the firstborn of the label, any other person who joined, I was there. In fact, with Xylophone, I was the Alpha and Omega. But I was there from the beginning, and I was there at the collapse as well. Oh no, it's not the collapse. I was there at my exit.
That's
because the xylophone is still there, so it would be wrong for me to use it.
That's very true. That's very true. That's very true.
Mm.
So after Xylophone is when.
Yes. So after Xylophone is when now I'm with class media group as a CMG. I'm now on their TV platform, that is CTV. But after Xylophone, that was when I actually started. It even started whilst I was still with Xylophone, my online business. So I realized that okay, newspaper wasn't there because it was during my time at Xylophone, because the workload was too much on me. That was when I finally let go of the newspaper. Because at that time I was still, when I started Xylophone, I was doing it alongside the newspaper.
That's right.
So yes, I'll do a little bit of Xylophone, a little bit of Flex newspaper. But like I told you, when they started adding more work to me, knowing my competence, I realized that I can't do the newspaper because at that time expectations were so much on you.
That's right.
That you'll be taxed to go here, go there. In fact, I was traveling like the Minister of Transportation. I was traveling. Then I'll go to London on Friday, Monday I'm on radio. Like so many things were happening at the same time.
That's right.
So I couldn't do. So finally, I dropped the newspaper down. Poof. I dropped it off around, but then I had done almost 10 years already, so it was enough. And